South China Morning Post, 24th of March 2024. Beijing warns the Philippines about an escalating situation in the South China Sea following the most recent clash at the Second Thomas Shoal. Beijing warned Manila on Sunday, in the wake of the most recent encounter between a Philippine supply vessel and the Chinese coastguard near a disputed shoal in the South China Sea, to cease provocations and avoid escalating the situation. China's defense ministry issued additional warnings in response to Philippine accusations that its coastguard obstructed a supply vessel off the Second Thomas Shoal and opened fire with water cannons. The Philippine Coast Guard reported that the hour-long incident on Saturday injured crew members and caused significant damage to the vessel. Additionally, the Philippine military published footage showing a white ship repeatedly dousing a vessel sailing alongside it with water cannons. In one footage, two white ships simultaneously fired water at the same boat. Wu Qian, a Chinese Ministry of Defense spokesman, stated that China issued a stern warning to the Philippines to cease all provocations and remarks that could escalate the situation and escalate conflicts, and to cease all violations. Wu stated, should the Philippines persistently contest China's fundamental interests and territorial sovereignty in the sea, China will persist in implementing resolute and decisive actions to protect its maritime rights and sovereignty. The Chinese Coast Guard's assertion that the Philippine convoy forcibly entered the area notwithstanding the Chinese side's repeated warnings and route controls was echoed by the ministry. The Chinese executed obstruction, control, and eviction in adherence to legal procedures, according to the statement. Wu stated that the Philippines' provocative attempt to deliver supplies to its warship grounded at the Renai Reef, the Chinese term for the shoal, had been resolutely foiled by the Chinese Coast Guard. He added that the incident was completely the result of provocation by the Philippines and that China's response to it was reasonable, lawful, and professional. The maneuvers executed by the Chinese side were previously labeled irresponsible and provocative by the Philippines. It was the second encounter of its kind in the South China Sea this month. Beijing asserts expansive territorial claims over this resource-rich, strategic waterway. Philippine vessels conducted resupply missions to the Second Thomas Shoal, where Manila has stationed a small number of troops on a warship it intentionally grounded in 1999 to bolster sovereignty claims. This encounter followed a series of comparable confrontations over the past year. The shoal is situated within the Spratly Islands, referred to as Nansha in Chinese, an area contested by several nations, including Manila and Beijing. Engan, or Second Thomas Shoal, is one of 9 reefs and islands in the Spratlys where the Philippines maintains outposts. Wu stated that although China was eager to resolve the dispute with the Philippines through dialogue and negotiation, the Philippines betrayed its promise by converting the warship into a permanent facility to bolster its position. He stated, China will never ignore this or stand idly by. Saturday, China Central Television, CCTV, the state broadcaster, uploaded video footage of the encounter to social media. The video captured an individual affixed to a Philippine vessel while raising what the Post described as a white flag. An unidentified expert told the Global Times, a nationalist Chinese newspaper affiliated with the People's Daily, the mouthpiece of the governing Communist Party, that the personnel on board the Philippine supply boat even waved a white flag in response to China's complete and decisive activities. While public sentiment was high, Colin Ko, a senior fellow at the S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies in Singapore, stated that Beijing attempted to promote a narrative of surrender in the Philippines. The Chinese side wishes to assert that the Filipinos were elevating a white flag in an attempt to deflect attention. In my opinion, calling the CCG to desist is as simple as waving a white fabric, possibly a white shirt, Ko said, referring to the China Coast Guard.